Welcome back after that very important conversation about the state's security and what you must do in order to protect yourself. Remember, if you see something, you say something. But again, government is being called upon to even make the communication better so that it will be easier for people to spot something untoward and report it as soon as possible. Call those numbers 999 and make sure that you report whatever unfamiliar situation you find yourself in or you notice. But as we're talking about the state of insecurity, we've been told as well that the high rate of unemployment in itself is another way of increasing, the nation state of insecurity. Because if more people are unemployed, if more people are not being paid what they are due, then it makes them even more susceptible to enrolling in some of these terrorist groups and also causing havoc. What is government doing about this situation? Over time, we've heard from NAPCO, we've heard from national service personnel who have agitated over delayed payment of allowances and also very low allowances as well. As it stands now, the national service personnel are taking home 559 Ghana cedis net allowance. And they have agitated and said it's not enough. But even so, why are you not paying us on time? We heard from the Deputy CEO of the National Service Secretariat about a month ago who said that they had paid up until April and they were facing some challenges and some delays, but they were working earnestly in ensuring that national service personnel are paid on time. Then 2 days ago, we got a communique from a group calling itself the Coalition of Suffering National Service Personnel, indicating their decision to embark on a demonstration on Monday. And they said that it was after they had gotten clearance, of course, or notified officially the Ghana Police Service as per the law that they would embark on a demonstration. So the leaders and members of the Coalition of Suffering National Service Personnel will make a second attempt to present a petition to Parliament and the Education Ministry today. Now, this follows a demonstration on Monday, but the group's effort to file the petition failed when the Education Minister indicated that they could not receive their petition while Parliament does not sit on Monday. So the convener of the group, who is here with us, Awarijia Wechia, indicated that they want leadership to intervene in the arrears of allowance owed them amounting to about 4 months. Let's take a look at that story quickly. We'll come back and have a conversation.
I've ever seen one person doing demonstration, so low turnout should not be any excuse to say that the demonstration did not come off. We are doing demonstration. Are we not doing demonstration? We are petitioning the Speaker of Parliament and the Ministry of Education. We want them to ensure that our allowances are paid timely. At the end of every month, when everybody is going to bank to take his coins, we should be also smiling to the e-switch vendors to also take our 559. We also want the National Service Secretariat to clear all the allowances, the arrears that they owe us. Since we started this service, they have never been paid till now. Others from January till now, they have never been paid. And some of us, we are being owed 2 months. We are pleading on the government to come to our aid. We are suffering. We think that at the end of the day, government salary workers receive their salary before the end of the month. Why should they do that to us? National service is supposed to be a compulsory thing. So only for us to engage in national service and they are not paying us, it is not fair.
So they're here in the studios with us. Awarijia Wechia is the president of the Coalition of Suffering National Service Personnel. Good morning, and you're welcome. He's also joined by Festus Tremantin Donko, who is a member of course, he's a National Service Personnel as well. Welcome.
He's a General Secretary.
General Secretary, oh, I see, of the Coalition of Suffering NSPs. Okay, well, we'll also be talking about NAPCO. They have released a statement where they are very much unhappy about that 25 million Ghana cedis that was released by the Finance Ministry in order to continue building the National Cathedral. And they're asking many questions, saying that we've been owed about 7 months or more. You keep making promises that you'd pay. Nothing has happened, and yet you have enough money in the face of the economic crisis to even put up a National Cathedral. And so what does this mean? They're saying that they're likely to embark on another demonstration. Were there the first time, and we heard them agitate. Unfortunately, all those concerns have fallen on deaf ears. Nana Yao Techi is here, Eric Nana Yao Techi, and he is the National Public Relations Officer for the Coalition of NAPCO Trainees. Good morning, and welcome. We'll join you shortly, but let me start off with you. You are the convener. Yesterday, we heard about the demonstration. In fact, we're gearing up to even join you and ask questions about why you were embarking on this demonstration. We got in touch with some of your members and they said that they were not embarking on that demonstration, that it was just a small group of national service personnel who were doing this. Tell me why you didn't get the support of your other members.
Okay, I don't know the people you got in touch with. I don't know whether it's from NSP, but as we speak, if you check, we have a membership of about 5,000 personnel supporting this move. And the reason why we didn't get enough turnout is not because of people do not find it interesting or they are not interested to come. It's because they don't have the money to fare themselves to circle to demonstrate.
That's why.
Few of us that were there were so fortunate that we were able to even get lorry fare to the demonstration grounds. And I had people that confronted me and they were even begging me to give them lorry fare to participate. And I told them I'm also in the same soup as them. Government is not paying us. And we heard a lot of complaints from other people trying to counter what we are doing. And it is so unfortunate. Because as at 16th of May, 2022, we were owed 2 months allowance, arrears. And as at the time we formed this coalition, we gave them pressure and they had to pay March allowance. And they didn't, instead of them to pay March and April together so that we can be able to survive, they paid only 1 month, which we all know that 559 Ghana cedis, if they give you 559 cedis to go to the market, you may likely not even get lorry fare back home. So this is what we are facing now. We don't even have a problem if they are owing us. They say they have challenges, but at least if you ask 2 months, pay us together so that we will have the value of the money, then we will survive on it.
By the way, we got in touch with a concerned national service personnel, coalition of concerned national service personnel, because remember that we invited them onto the show at a point. They also came to state their grievances, and they said they were not even aware of this demonstration.
I think we spoke with the president of the coalition of concerned national service, the concerned national service personnel. They are in Cape Coast.
Yeah.
So we're supposed to do a nationwide demonstration. You know, the organization is not an easy thing. We have to see the police. We have to even get people that are interested to be part of to be in the forefront to organize the demonstration. So the nationwide demonstration did not come off. And they were also planning to also start their demonstration in Cape Coast. So they are aware that we are doing the demonstration. I don't know why we are divided, and we are all fighting for the same cause. We are not a political parties where we are looking for supremacy. We are all fighting because we are not being paid. We should not be here in the first place. It should be NSP executives that should be here.
Not you.
And they are not doing anything.
When you say they are not doing anything, in fact, they said that you've been paid. So they didn't even understand. It was bizarre how you were even going on this demonstration. They said you've been paid.
Well, Amundi, let me make this point clear. To me, from where I sit, I think that we should even dissolve the body we call NSP.
Why?
National Service Association, Personnel Association. They should not be there because they are a group of people, I don't know, young men and women who are so incompetent, and they have allowed politics to infiltrate into that body, organization, that they do not even care about the suffering of national service or whatsoever. I am here agitating for national service this thing. But if you're looking at NSP, we have regional executives, we have district executives. And they are telling us that the current leaders, the current national service, the current national leaders are not service personnel. Their time has expired. What have the regional, the regional executives and the district executive done? They were supposed to come together and force these guys out. So what I believe is that even if we get new people from us to even lead us, this is the same thing they are going to do. We have had calls from the same body. We are going to embark on a demonstration. If they believe that they were fighting for us, they should have joined hands in us and talked to us that, okay, we know that this is what we are going to do, so we want to help you people to do this. But they were rather antagonizing us trying to confuse people from embarking on the demonstration. They were calling us physically, telling us that we shouldn't do it. Some were even what? Yes, I don't know.
Asking you not to do it based on
They said
what?
we shouldn't do it because they didn't. One guy called me. I don't want to mention names.
Okay.
One guy called me that we shouldn't do it. We should do what? I told him that look, we shouldn't even be having this conversation. I should not even come in the picture in the first place. It should be you guys that should be leading this, and we'll be supporting you. Yeah. Are you getting it? And there was one guy that called me, and he told me that he had a national ambition agenda. So if we do the demonstration, it is going to make him unpopular.
This is one guy from what? NSP?
One guy from NSP.
He's an executive.
Executive. That he has an agenda. If we embark on the demonstration, he is going to become unpopular or something like that. This is so pathetic that we have young men and women who we believe we are the future leaders, and we are meddling ourselves in this mess.
Festus, let me bring you in because I want to understand how many months you've been owed, because the last time we heard from Madam Gift Yawari, who is the Deputy Executive Director of the National Service Secretary, she said you had been paid up until April, and that was about a month or so ago, and so you were left with, I think, May or so. Now, we're in June, so I'm assuming that based on what she said, there were some challenges, but they were ensuring that they would pay you ahead of time. Are you owed, what, just 1 month?
Thank you, Bella Mundi. Good morning once again to your cherished listeners out there. I want to state emphatically that the last time you spoke to Madam Gifty Owari, which month was it, please?
It was about a month ago.
I want to tell you emphatically that the March allowance was even paid less than a month ago. And up till Sunday, that was when the April allowance came in. So where does the truth lie?
Okay.
How can he tell us that we were paid up till April?
Don't worry. Let me get her on the line so that she can clear the air on this. Madam Gifty Owari, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bella.
Thank you so much for joining us on TV3Newday.
Thank you, too, Bella.
So we have a group of national service personnel here who, of course, I'm sure you're aware, were agitating yesterday. That is the Coalition of Suffering National Service Personnel. And they're saying that they have not been paid for many months. Can you clear the air on this?
They've not been paid for how long?
How many months are you owed, by the way? Quick one.
We are different. There are so many people that were even told that they should forfeit their October, November, December allowance because the secretariat cannot do that for us. They cannot pay them. There were also another people that were owed from after January, February, about 3 months. And some of us were owed 2 months, not until yesterday that they paid the April allowance.
So at the
they
moment,
still owe us May.
But there are some who were asked to forfeit
forfeit.
Well, October, November, December.
Yes.
And there are some that are owed more than 3 months. Please. Okay. Madam Gift Yawari, what do you say?
Bella, I'm struggling to hear whatever the young man in the studio is saying. But then if I heard him right, I heard some forfeitment and other stuff.
Yeah. He said,
which I'm surprised anybody would speak and say we've asked national service people to forfeit. So Bella, there are a few reasons why a national service personnel may not be paid. And for those reasons, the person may end up never being paid. One, if anybody has ever done service before, whichever year, and the person tries to do service again, you cannot be paid because our system has said that service is done right from 1997. Service is done once in a lifetime. So if I have done service somewhere 2009, which I did, and then all of a sudden, because maybe I think there is no job, I decide to come and do service again and find my way even in the system. And I'm able to beat all the processes because right now I'm no more Giftiwari Abuaje and I am Giftiwari Mensa. The system would weed me out because then my e-switch and my data, which never changed, which is my bio data, would now automatically block me when it's time for payment. Now, a lot of service personnel registered after October. And some of them think that just because I got registered after October, it means that when I want to get some money, I'm supposed to be given money. And we've come out categorically and told these people that when you commence your service is when you are supposed to start your payment.
Okay.
And these are very basic. Now, when there are some who decide that when I put an e-switch number there and after uploading the e-switch and it's verified, and maybe I misplaced my e-switch number, instead of going back to a bank to just replace the card, they decide to put a different card there, thinking that there is some magic supposed to be done. It's just like saying that you've registered, let's say, as you are working at TV3, you gave your account details to them to pay your salaries through this account, and all of a sudden, one day you wake up and say, I have a new account, without going through the processes of taking it to your HR or your finance people, you decide that just because I have gone online and I have placed a new account there, it should be paid through it.
Okay.
And we've made, when we were going through the campus orientations, these were some of the things we're orienting our national service personnel about.
Okay.
Some do not even at all, at the end of the month, submit their monthly duty forms. Yet they think that just because I said I was working to work every day, I should be paid. But our system is such that if you are a government institution and any quasi-government institution and you work there, you're supposed to submit a monthly duty form which is signed properly by whoever your supervisor is.
Okay.
Now, our system is digitized, so my supervisor's email address, my supervisor's signature is there. Then we still have national service personnel who decide to forge signatures of these supervisors. So when you come and my district officer cues you in, automatically the system will weed you out because the signature and the email address of your supervisor, who you did not know had automatically been registered through your agency, is not what is showing on the dashboard. So these are the challenges. And as you and I are speaking, we have up to date paid every national service personnel properly registered in our system.
Okay. When you say properly, so are you indicating that for these men who are agitating, they probably, did not go through the process, which is why they have not received their allowances?
Like Bella, like I said, if anybody has if anybody has issues, all these issues I have stated, there are still people who mistakenly would say, okay, for me, yes, I didn't submit my May early. I didn't submit my January early. Because of it, I delayed and then I had not been paid. When they follow the due process of going to the district offices, we have what we call the supplementary payment that we do every month. But this is where maybe the frustration is being when exactly National Service month ends and when it begins. So really, as we are in May, National Services month of May, June, National Services month of May is supposed to, it commences from the 16th of May and it ends on the 15th of June. And this training, like I said, most of these young men and women sit, I don't know if they are in your studio, because I'm not watching TV now. Okay. But if they ever went for any of their campus orientations, and even as they were made service personnel, they still had an in-service orientation. If they ever went for any of them, these details they would have been told. That our system starts from a point of 16th of the month in review and ends the next month in review. So as we are speaking, 15th of June is when May is supposed to be ending. And as we speak, April has been paid. So some of these details, sometimes it's better our young men who are our elite and some people want to call them future generation. I call them the leaders of today because this is when we are training them. Should at least go on their portals, read what is there, understand the processes of the job they have. And when they do the right thing, Bella, they would gladly be paid. Okay. But if they do not do the right thing, all we are going to do is early mornings, instead of them sitting at the office to give back to Ghana, we're doing this back and forth. And then it's going to be dragged in and out, in and out.
Well,
yet nothing is
while you are here, let me just go back to them and ask them, because clearly they've listened to you on, the processes that need to be followed. I want to find out if indeed they have followed those processes and still have not received the allowances. Of
course, Bella, we've followed the due processes. And I know of one friend who has been paid up to January. And he has been submitting his monthly evaluation from since then. But he hasn't received February.
Hold on, Madam Gifty. Hold on, please.
March, April.
But he has his e-switch card as well?
Working, yes. The last time he received payment was in January. He checked yesterday and he wasn't paid yet. So.
I want to also ask, when was our March allowance paid? In May 16th. When March allowance was supposed to be paid in April, when? 16th. So if she is saying that it is within 1 month period, our distance is supposed to start in 15th. Then when was March paid?
You are saying that you have not received March?
No, we have received. When was it paid?
So 16th May instead of 16th April.
And the same rules.
Okay. One at a time. So, Madam Gifty Owari, I mean, clearly you heard from Festus. He says they follow the due process and still have not been paid from January. There's one person who has not been paid from January. And also, why is it that if you're paying on a monthly basis, you did not pay for the March allowance in April, but rather waited till May 15th?
All right, Bella, as the young man was speaking, I heard him start with the premise of my friend has not. I would want to know, has he been paid?
Have you been paid?
I have been
from
paid.
January. So
which
month are you?
Okay. So you see, most of the time, this young man sitting down is telling us, National Service, that he believes a friend who is supposed to do some due process who have not been paid. But because really, as I said at National Service, I do not know Bella Muti doing her service. I do not know about Johnny Hughes, who is supposed to be doing the service. We pay people who have worked for the month in review. Now, if he has received a salary and his allowance, and he believes that National Service paid him, what will make him for a second think that there is someone who would also go through the correct process but will not be paid? And
but he's just stated it here that this friend of his e-storage card works perfectly. He has also submitted all his forms at the end of the month. It's been signed by his supervisor, and yet he still has not received his allowance since January.
I'm telling you, authority that, see, if there is any challenge on any card whatsoever, I wish we get the number of this person by evening. I would let you, on your evening news, I would let you follow this up, or even afternoon news, and I would come publicly with the details of why this person is not being paid. You can make the reason why.
Can we invite you onto the show tomorrow morning so you can give us details? We'll follow up on this.
I'll be glad to come on the show tomorrow morning. So if I can send all the details of these individuals, especially the friend he is talking about, because I want us to just educate everybody listening to us, so our young people would stop being sensational about things and rather follow the due process.
Is that what really it is?
If I'm supposed to be paying yourself and Johnny Hughes, there is no way National Service will pick Johnny Hughes and pay and not pay you if both of you have done the right thing.
Gifty, are you not, I mean, is that not too harsh if you say someone is being sensational? Already they are complaining that the amounts that they are even being paid
the young one in your studio just said that. Bella,
Gifty, easy, hold on. I totally understand. Hold on. So already, aside the fact that they are also agitating that their salaries are delaying, they're also saying that 559 Ghana cedis net allowance is too low, and they're expecting an increment. I know you have talked about this before, sometime last year, where you said that the budget had already been agreed upon, and so it would be difficult for you to increase the salary. We're in a new year. Are there any conversations about increasing the salary or allowance, if I may say, because they're asking for at least 800 Ghana cedis a month? What is the National Service Secretariat doing about this in the face of the economic crisis or challenges that we're facing?
Bella, there's supposed to be a budget review, as you and I are speaking. And just last year, we made this very clear that ours is to propose. We have a top hierarchy that is supposed to confirm. Now, we have made this proposal over and over again, to the extent that just in March, we have issued a statement as National Service Scheme stating a new proposal that had been placed, which was not the 800 he's saying, but 1,000 Ghana. Like I said, you see, when I was clear about the fact that our young men are rather supposed to go on our portals to read about it, because the portal is shared by them, not by Gifty, but it belongs to them. If he had ever gone on any of those portals, he would have seen them. And then again, like I said, the situation comes in when I have been paid, but I'm only assuming that a friend of mine had said, so what of if tomorrow is this same friend who has told me this, we come out to know that the friend one had done service before, and because of it, the friend cannot be paid. Would I be able to go back to my bosses who would say that you have not come to work for 4 days, and because of it, they will not sign your monthly duty form to tell them that I'm sorry, but I was fighting for a friend when I had been paid. And all of these challenges, like I'm saying, every day we receive these kind of reports where people write officially to us telling us that our National Service personnel either didn't come to work 2 days, they didn't come to work 5 days because of it, they are not going to sign. And all this back and forth that happens, most of the time it's happening when, if Bella, you are the HR of a company, and someone is telling you that I have been paid, but you see, a friend of mine is saying he's not been paid. Because of it, I'm not coming to work today. Bella, would you sign or not sign?
Okay. Well, Gifty, thank you so much for speaking to us this morning. I mean, you've given us your word that you'll be in the studios tomorrow, so we
I'll
can
be in the studio tomorrow,
dissect. Okay,
so
thank you.
I'd like to get some of these details, and then I'll bring you more detailed stories about why these people are not being paid.
We will do that. Our producers will get in touch with you right after this call. Thank you so much.
I'm on standby, Bella.
Owari Menta is Deputy Director of the National Service Secretariat, and she's been responding to some concerns by the National Service personnel. I'll hold on with you for now. Let me just go to Nana Yatechi so he can also tell us. A statement has been released by NAPCO, and they are threatening another demonstration. Reason being that their allowances have still not been paid for about 7 months for some of the NAPCO trainees. Tell me more. Welcome, by the way.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the opportunity. Let me use this right set of circumstance to send my warm greetings to workaholic NAPCO trainees who have worked over the years relentlessly, sacrificially on an empty stomach after the expiration of the NAPCO contract. Bella, trainees are perishing in extreme hunger and privation. We have been left in limbo. In fact, we are very disgruntled at this moment. You remember we organized a demonstration, I think some 3 months ago, and it was triggered by deteriorated treatment by the government. And as I speak to you, during the demonstration, we submitted an official petition of which we built in categorically our grievances and sentiment. And as I speak to you today, we have not heard from the authorities.
You haven't?
We haven't heard from the authorities. We have worked for a number of 7 good months after the expiration of the contract, and we have not been paid. So our situation is unbearable. We wake up and then all we heard was that 25 million Ghana cedis have been released for the construction of National Cathedral. If I may ask, what is the purpose of forming government? We form government basically for a prudent management of national resources and equitable distribution among the citizenry. And so government is formed to render service to humanity, not God. We are perishing. We are perishing in extreme hunger and privation. And so you have released 25 million Ghana cedis for the construction of cathedral, whilst your children, whilst energetic graduate intellectuals who are working to improve the productivity of this country is hungry. It is so sad. I am very sad.
You said something that after the expiration of NAPCO, some of you have worked for 7 months without pay.
Please.
Is that aside that extra 7 months or so that some Heal Ghana personnel are also owed?
Yeah, that is different from that. And as I speak to you, if we add the month that we are owed currently to that of the subsequent month, it means that the Heal Ghana trainees who are still on the scheme now have not been paid for a number of, I think, 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Let me put it that way. 1.5 years, they have not been paid. They have not been paid. We have not been hearing from the authorities.
But the authorities did indicate that they were working to pay. I remember at the time when you were agitating, they owed you, I think, September and October, and they said that they were going to facilitate that payment, and after that, they will address the issues, of Heal Ghana trainees as well.
Bella,
did you receive that September and October? Because they did say that they had sorted it out.
We were paid a day before our demonstration. That was in February 2020 this year. They paid us the September and then October. After that payment, we have not received anything from the authorities. We have not received anything from government. But we have submitted a number of petitions, and you are aware, we have not heard from them. We have a whole PRO for NAPCO Secretariat. We've not been hearing from him. So I don't know the function of that PRO and then the NAPCO Secretariat at all, because if things are not going on well, they should eschew cowardness and come out to tell us that this and this is the reason why you have not been paid. They should come out to tell us what has actually necessitated the delays of our allowances, rather than remaining silent and subjecting innocent, energetic, hardworking young graduates into extreme hunger and privation.
The Secretariat said that they had forwarded all, requests for payment of allowances to the Finance Ministry, and so they were waiting for the Finance Ministry. So if you say that the Secretariat has not been up and running, they say that we've done our part.
When was that?
We've done our part. They
Bella,
did say
when
that.
was that? Because it's been long I heard from Dr. Ibrahim addressing our grievances and sentiment. Even when we submitted official petition to him, he has not responded. I don't know if he is going to respond to that particular letter today. You understand? And so we have such huge amount of money, 25. But that is my worry, because you see, NABCO trainees are now a threat to our national security and development. Let me be honest. You understand? They are perishing in extreme hunger and privation. And there is an adage that says that hunger leads to what? Anger. You understand? When you are hungry,
a hungry man is an angry man.
Very well. You understand? Okay. And so they are a threat to national security and development. So I will admonish the government to make their payment, to pay the salaries that are owed to NABCO.
Otherwise, you would embark on another demonstration.
That is what we are planning to do, because we
don't have a date.
We don't see the essence of releasing 25 million for the construction of national Kachuga.
Okay.
You understand? I have described
have a date?
That as an unpardonable religious perversion.
Do you have a date for the demonstration?
Yeah, very well. That is, we gave them ultimatum. That is 10th, and so 10th of June, we are going to submit a notification letter to the Greater Accra Police Regional Police Commander. But we will have a mega press conference before the demonstration.
I see. All right. Well, let's hope that something is done about it. Question is, would it yield any results? We've seen NABCO trainees embark on a demonstration. Clearly, from Nana Techi, he says that there was no, reverse from the Secretariat. And so, what does this mean moving forward? We'll see. But finally, for you as well, you are submitting your petition to Parliament today.
Yes.
What time exactly?
After a year, we will liaise with our secretary. Then we'll go and submit the distance. But let me make this point clear. You just spoke with our deputy director.
Yeah.
She should stop expressing emotions and look at the kind of suffering that we are going through. We are not here for fame or for whatever. If you are not going through suffering, we won't be here.
Okay.
A friend, as I speak, I spend about 25 cedis on lorry fare alone from my home to work. I stay in Pokwasi to home to work. In a month, it is about 650 cedis, more than the amount National Service pay me. So if I still go to work every day and like when I'm not still being paid and I'm here expressing my emotions, she has to listen to us than to try to justify herself, because she trying to justify herself shows that they are failing on their part.
All right, we'll have her in the studios tomorrow. She intends to break it down further and of course show us exactly what the National Service Secretariat has been doing so far, to allay the fears of these people and the worries of the concerned, suffering National Service personnel. And so we will bring you that interview tomorrow and give you some more details on it. And of course, NABCO says that on the 10th, they intend to present a petition. And so there will definitely be a demonstration afterwards if the police are notified. We'll update you on that as well. The show will end shortly, but this is TV3 New Day.